Hey everybody, how's it going? What is up? It's me, Twister Windstalker, bringing you guys another video. And today I have decided that I am tired of my Ubuntu server, mainly due to the fact that none of the passwords or anything I entered worked, and I can't find the book that housed all the codes and everything, which is fine because I was having some issues with it and couldn't get them solved no matter what I tried because I think my Acer Aspire, I think it's AST 130 or 180 or something like that, doesn't have enough RAM in it to technically do what it is that I needed to do, because it only has 512 and I need to upgrade it to at least 4 gigs, which would actually max it out. So I used this, which I burnt onto a CD, of course, a DVD, I believe it was, that is a Duke and Nuke, which is what I call it. And basically, what this does, and if you make one of yourself or get a hold of one, you need to be very, 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 very careful with it, because it should go without saying that this will completely wipe your hard drives and anything else that you give this thing access to. That is why I only use it on stuff that I'm either getting rid of, which the only real safe way to get rid of a computer is to destroy the hard drive, but this is an okay solution. And then, of course, it has no Windows, no Ubuntu, no nothing on it. And I decided to go to Ubuntu desktop while we're talking about this, which probably isn't the greatest because I only have 512 of RAM in it, and it needs, I think, at least 2. So if I can get it up to 4, that'd be really good. But yeah, if you make one of these, which this is easy to find, you need to be extremely cautious with it. Even though this thing has other things on it, and the Duke and Nuke is toward the bottom, you need to be extremely cautious with it. Or if you don't have a copy of Windows, like my Acer, backup copy of Windows, like my Acer Aspire, didn't come with, because all it came with, it preloaded, and it came with Vista on it. And Vista, I don't personally like, but it isn't as bad as everybody says it was. I just never used it enough to get comfortable with it. I jumped from XP to 7 to 8 to 10. And yeah. And then this is my first basic, not my first basic, but I've been messing with Ubuntu for quite a while because I'm interested in it on Raspberry Pis and the old Droid and some other things. So I am highly entertained by this. And I think this is Ubuntu's desktop 16 point something. I don't actually know what it is. I know it's 16.1 or 16.4, and I'm going to upgrade it to whatever the latest version is, even though the updates and all of that for it will probably go bye-bye, and I'll probably have to go into the command line, which I'm still learning. I haven't 100% learned everything there is for a command line, but I know a few things because I watch a lot of videos on it. And apparently, no, it's still trying to work on it. I'm trying to do desktop, and it got to the point where it asked me where I was. And apparently it happened, and I didn't get to it fast enough because apparently it froze, because no matter if I hit tab or enter or anything, it didn't want to go forward from there. And I even gave it about a minute, which that system is so slow, it takes a minute for it to be like, oh, okay. Because that's the one downside. Of course, I got it for $100 at Walmart because nobody wanted it. And the 512 RAM, when most computers come with at least a gig. I mean, even the Raspberry Pi 3 comes with a gig of RAM. I don't know what Acer was thinking when they came with, out with a computer with 512. Especially when Vista's recommended specs is like at least a gig. It runs on 512, but it runs like absolute garbage on 512. It's like, really? This Windows system is heavy on system resources, and yet you just want to give 512? And they don't even list that computer anymore. I mean, they have it on their website, but it's out of stock because that computer, I would guess, is at least maybe 6 years old now. So, nowhere has it. I mean, you can look it up on multiple websites and it says out of stock. And I only bought it because it was $100 and not Windows, but Walmart. Oh, look, the mouse is actually going to work on this if it ever gets off that load screen. Fantastic. I have it hooked up to my TV because it's trying. Because it's, I have it hooked up because it's easy, because I don't have to run a cable halfway across the room in order to get it to where my other computer is, like I did, because I had to run a long cord to get it over there. It's trying. Gotta give it an A for effort. Yeah, well, we'll see if this works. So yeah, I'm installing desktop on this computer after running server for a while. You can actually technically, there goes the mouse thing. You can technically, run either or, and you can still put the server functions on there, and basically, just like you can do with any computer, that you can take your Windows machine and turn it into a server just by adding the necessary stuff. And that's what I'm going to work on with this, if it ever loads, because now it has the cog for system menu and everything on the top, and it's sitting there thinking really hard, but that RAM is like, oh my god, you're killing me, because this is meant for 2 gigabytes, and I'm only 512, so you need a third bit more RAM. Yeah, and I know it's a dumb idea to run it. And RAM is one thing that I am going to upgrade eventually, because, and then I just got to figure out the hard drive thing, because since that was Vista, and it doesn't seem like Vista's 6 years old, but maybe it is, I need to find out if I can use a modern hard drive on it, and it just runs at the really slow rate of that thing, because I don't think that thing does 6 megabytes per second or whatever. I think that is like either one of the first 3 gens of ATA, so it's like, wow. I'm assuming it can run a new hard drive, but I had it won't give you the speeds, because it has a 160 gig hard drive in it, and I may just end up plugging in my external hard drives and just saying screw it, because I'm not exactly sure what I'm wanting to do with this thing, especially since I've decided that the server was fun playing with. Now I want to play with the desktop for a little bit. So, yeah. And it looks like it's just trying. Wow. It's trying so hard. But it's so struggling because of the limitations of the system hardware. I really should have upgraded it to 4 gigs. Or 2 gigs, ma'am, before I tried this. But, oh well. So anyway, that's my rant about Ubuntu and my current system that I'm trying to run it on, because it's absolutely hilarious, because it's like trying to run Vista on this thing, which is strenuous. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave comments down below if you like it. leave me a comment as why. If you didn't like it, leave a comment why you didn't, and give it thumbs down, but let me know why. Subscribe, hit the bell, and if you do decide to subscribe so you can get all my latest content, because I'm going to try to get back on a roll with my stuff, because yeah, why not? Oh, there it goes. And I will see you guys next time.